Welcome back after the break. The separation of religion and government is the question of the day. We'll move on to our next speaker, Mr. Manzoor Ali Isran. Sir.
Yeah, I support a secular state with reference to Pakistan because if you look at the composition, religious composition even of the people of Pakistan, there are the different sects, and whose Sharia we are talking about, whose Sharia we are going to impose. And I think if a particular brand of a Sharia is imposed forcibly by the state on the people, there will be a blowback, there will be a reaction, and this will be a recipe for the disaster. And we are witnessing even at the present movement a civil war taking place in a Swat, in the Waziristan. So I think there should be a secular state, and a secularism must be understood, because as one of a speaker on the other side say secularism abandons Sharia. This is wrong. This is wrong. The conception being promoted about the secularism. Basically, secularism is a kind of a system which allows everyone, people of a different beliefs, people of a different faiths and religions, to live together. And look at the history of Europe. Because Europe witnessed 100-year wars, 30-year wars, 7-year wars in the name of a religion. Finally, they got fed up and decided that fighting in the name of a Christianity is giving a bad name to Christianity. So finally, they decided at a Peace of Westphalia, 1648, that we have to separate a religion from the politics. Final blow to this came when French Revolution took place, and in French Revolution, philosophers like Rousseau, like Voltaire, they played a very important role. Religion was church was supporting a monarchy, and monarchy was controlling and monopolizing all the means of production, and the people even didn't have a bread. And look even at the Russian Revolution. So I think for Pakistan, secularism, secular state, democratic state will be a fine. It offers an opportunity to everyone. It offers an opportunity that people have to compete, political parties have to compete, religious parties have to compete. And when there is a competition, for example, we support this competition in the market. Why we are not supporting this factor in a religious market? They have to come participate, and they have to sell their ideas, and if anybody agrees, they can join any kind of a faith, any kind of a sect. So you get an opportunity. You have to vote for this or that. And the history of Pakistan, political history shows that religious parties haven't won a single election. So that is why they have always sided and supported the dictators in order to achieve their own ends by imposing a particular brand of a Sharia in the country or on the society. So I don't think it will be a good. We should separate the politics from the religion, because in a religion you don't have a room and space to give your different opinion. You have to accept what you are being told. But the beauty of a politics and the political system is a difference of opinion.
You made quite a sweeping comment that religion doesn't allow you to grow. Is this what you are saying?
Yeah, I want to make a distinction. Islam and
did I get you correctly?
Yeah, you're right. Islam as a religion is inclusive. It gives you rights. It gives you a opportunity of equality. But when we talk about the political Islam, is exclusive. It deprives you. It wants.
You mean to say that political Islam does not allow you to come up with new political
ideas?
It
controls your attitude. For example, it controls the sexuality of a woman.
Okay, you said that the religious parties in Pakistan have never won an election. Do you consider elections in Pakistan to be fair?
70. No, elections are manipulated. Yeah.
If free and fair elections are being held in a country, religious parties would not win.
I don't think they will win. I don't think they will win. They have been totally rejected by the masses, and still masses support, the democracy.
Okay, we'll move on to our next speaker from the Sharia side, Mr. Asad Shehzad. Your time starts now.
I think that the secularist state is one-eyed, the Jali state, whose eye of religion and spirituality has been pricked, and its eye only of science and economics, that is working. And the very topic, the topic of division of religion and state is itself deceiving to my understanding, because no such thing exists. What exists is either the unification of religion and state, or the abolishment of religion and only the existence of secularist state. I think my point is clear. Now in the modern world, Christianity has almost gone out of existence. God has been expelled from the parliament. He has been expelled from corporations, from business activities, from schools, colleges, universities. And they say that you can find God in church, about whom Nietzsche, who is the founder of this secular state, modern secular state, who say God is dead, and Machiavelli, whose book The Prince is called the Bible of Satan. These are the foundations of modern secular state. But when you expel God from all these organizations and institutes, you will not find him even in the church. He will not be there also. It is said about Islam that minorities are mistreated in Muslim countries. They can be mistreated in Muslim countries, but they are not mistreated in genuinely Islamic countries. When Mecca was conquered, the Meccans were a minority. Were they mistreated? By Sultan Salahuddin Ayyubi, minorities were not mistreated. They were treated very generously. In Spain, Muslims ruled for several hundreds of years, and they did not treat minorities in a harsh way there. So we have so many examples of this. On the contrary, Muslim minorities are being mistreated by the USA, and a very renowned Muslim scholar, Akbar S. Ahmed, who is teaching in a university in the USA, he says about the treatment of minorities by the USA that we are living in the USA in a post-honor era. And then the representatives of the secular state, who are the people? Pharaoh or Pharaoh, he is the representative of secular state. George Bush, Tony Blair, Joseph Stalin, Mussolini, Adolf Hitler, these are the representatives. One representative of secular state, Joseph Stalin, what he says about the death and misery and butchery of the people, innocent people. He says that one death is a tragedy, 1 million deaths, statistics. When atom bombs were dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, 80,000 people were butchered within a couple of minutes. And when this message was given to Harry S. Truman in the White House, he stood up from his chair and started dancing in the White House. What was this? This is sadism and narcissism. This is the collective narcissism of the USA, which we are seeing now. My point is that secular state has failed. Always it is a failed state. And it is Islamic state whenever it was established. By Prophet David, peace be upon him, by Prophet Solomon, peace be upon him, by Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, by first 4 rightly guided caliphs, or Hazrat Umar bin Abdul Aziz, or Sultan Salahuddin Ayyubi. It is Islamic state which has always been a successful state in giving peace and prosperity to the people.
When you are making a model of a Sharia state, whose Sharia would you follow? There are so many different versions.
When you are making a secular state, whose secularism you will be following? There is a liberalism, there is libertarianism by Robert Nozick. There are disagreement between Jürgen Habermas, between John Stuart Mill. So many scholars, they disagree with each other. Still you have established a secular state. If we have disagreements, we can also establish an Islamic state.
Do you think that the United States of America, is it a secular state or a religious state?
It is not true to even its secularist ideals. It says that secularism means tolerance. They are not tolerant of others. And they say Islam was spread by sword. It was not spread by sword. Secularism is being spread by daisy cutters, by drone attacks.
Thanks a lot. Thank you. That's it from our speakers. We'll take a very short break now, but then when we come back after the break, we'll move on to the audience questions.